Hello there everybody, this is Mafingie here, and welcome to FTB Episode 2. Before we begin, I would just like to outline an idea I had, and that I thought would be quite funny. For the episode title of each of my episodes, from now on, I'm going to take the letters FTB and stick different words to them, prescribe different words to them, such as fruity tabular biscuits, which would be actually that's going to be this episode's title. So I thought that would be quite funny just to come up with little. There's probably a word for it, taking the letters of the first letters of something, and then changing the words to mean something else. But I don't know what it is. So fruity tabular biscuits, and next episode's title could be fearful, ticklish. I don't know, bankers. So I don't really know. That doesn't really serve a purpose, but I thought it would be quite funny. So what I have been doing, I went mining once again, and I set up a nether portal, went to the nether. I got a little bit of quartz, just in case we need it. I don't think we do at this point in time, but just in case. I found several diamonds. I made 2 diamond pickaxes. I enchanted both of them with level 30s. I got this horrible pick for my first enchant. I don't think it's quite the worst enchant you can get with a level 30 on a diamond pick, but this one certainly made up for it. Now I have Fortune 3. I can be getting a lot more ore, especially redstone. Redstone is very, very useful in this pack, and as you can see, I don't have too much of the stuff. The first thing I made was this. This is a grindstone. And this is quite simple. You need 3 dust, quartz dust. I chose Certus quartz dust because I had some, along with a wooden gear, which is made, as you can see. And what this does is, if you put an ore in it, I'll just put one in, and then hold right click on this crank, which is made like this, with sticks. This little helmet I don't understand, but it's supposedly a stick. Yes, you make it like that, and if you right click it 8 times, or hold right click for a certain amount of time, it will pulverize that, or grind that ore into 2 dust, and each dust can become 1 ingot, so it's essentially an ore doubling mechanic. Where's my coal? There's my coal. So it is essentially an ore doubling mechanic. It is very useful. But soon I upgraded that to this system, and this is another more advanced ore doubling mechanic that I'm going to explain. These machines are from Thermal Expansion. I have a pulverizer, and what the pulverizer, they're quite complicated to make. Redstone reception coils are made like this, and the machine frame is made like this. I don't know why they've even included this recipe, because iron is so much cheaper than steel, and anyway you would use the same amount of iron to make the steel. So I don't really understand why that recipe is there. Maybe it's for hardcore mode players who disable this bottom recipe and only use the top one, because these machines are very powerful. What the pulverizer does, as you can see, it takes these ores and it pulverizes them. I just need to deactivate this here, so you will actually see this ore is pulverizing, and it doubled basically. It turned into 2 pulverized tin, and each pulverized tin can be smelted into 1 ingot. So as exactly the same as the grindstone, you get double the ore, but you have a slight chance of getting bonus materials. From tin you have I think it's a 10% chance to get pulverized iron. I'm going to reactivate this input. This is a redstone furnace, which is simply a furnace that runs off this special kind of power, which I will explain in a second. So each of these machines have several little, what are they called again? Tabs. Information and tutorial, they're all fairly self-explanatory. Energy, we will go into in a second when we come to this engine and this power system. Redstone control is very useful. You can either disable or enable redstone control. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You can either have redstone control off, low, or high. Off means this machine will not respond to redstone. Low means it will only work if there is no redstone, and high means it will only work if there is redstone. The same applies to all thermal expansion machines and the engines. The second thing, and the most useful thing, is this configuration. Thermal expansion machines will automatically accept and export items from each of their sides. So if you have a look at the top, there is a blue ring around this hopper. And the blue ring, as you can see on this diagram, is on the top. It signifies an input. So anything going into the any pipe or hopper or other machine connected to this will output items into this slot of the pulverizer you can see with the blue outline. The orange slots are both of the outputs. You can also specify specific outputs, like the bottom one is yellow and the top one is red. But for this purpose I want them both to be orange because this is an ore processing system, so I need all of those outputs, both the normal outputs and the rare outputs, to go into the furnace. And there is a mirrored setup on the furnace, except the furnace only has two options, an input and an output. And I have set the right side of the pulverizer to output in this direction, and this side, the side facing this direction on the furnace, accepts. So the dusts automatically go from the pulverizer to the furnace, and then I have an output set to the back. They automatically go into my chest. As you can see, the problem with this is the chest is getting fairly full. So while I continue talking about the power system, I'm going to make some more chests and transfer some of the items. I want the dusts and the gems to go up in the top chest. So what was I going to say? The power system that this mod uses is called redstone flux, and it is fairly interchangeable with buildcraft power, which is another the most commonly used power system in the mod. Redstone flux is generated by dynamos, and those dynamos can transmit power along conduits. I'd better show you this. So dynamo. There are four kinds of dynamos, reactant dynamos and compression dynamos, which we will get to later. But the two basic ones are the steam dynamo, made as such with copper gears, which are made like this, which is what I'm using over here. These generate energy from a solid fuel source, such as coal or charcoal, and they also require water, which is why I have a water generator down there, which I shall also talk about a bit later. The magnetic dynamo runs off, it produces the same amount of energy, the same amount of energy, 80 RF per tick, but from lava, or pyrotheum, which is another extremely hot liquid that we may come to later in the season. I have plans for a pyrotheum-based power system, but I don't know whether it will ever be practical to implement. It probably will. I might do it just for fun, just another overcomplicated project. Those are the sorts of things that I like. Redstone flux. And redstone flux can be transmitted along conduits, this being a leadstone energy conduit. So if I go into conduits, there are 3 conduits. Leadstone, made as such, and you get 6 of them. Hardened, made like this. It's upgrading the leadstone, and the leadstone can transmit 80 RF per tick, which is incidentally the amount of energy being produced by this engine. The hardened can transmit 400 RF per tick, which is a considerable amount, and almost never exceed that limit. So using hardened energy conduits is generally a safe option. And finally, there are redstone energy conduits, which are extremely complicated to make, but transmit a whopping 10,000 RF per tick. I just placed these, and they automatically link up with the machines like this. And that's it really. You put coal in, and you get power out, and it runs these machines. I've set all of my ores to pulverize, so I just end up with a collection of ingots, which will be very, very good. Very good indeed, because that means I will have taken care of all of my ore processing and ore doubling. Why is this lead different to the... Oh, that lead is because I used the grindstone, and the grindstone works on the same principle as the industrial craft machines, and it produces the industrial craft textured lead, whereas this machine is thermal expansion, so it produces the thermal expansion lead. They're both lead, they both work like lead, there is no difference between them except for what they look like and the mod that they come from. Now, do I have anything else to talk about? The sawmill. I've done a similar thing with the sawmill. I've set the output to this chest, which is my wood chest, and I've set the input to the top where I may place a hopper. The sawmill takes wood or any wood products and crushes them down into their constituent parts. So if you put a log in there, you would end up with planks, but not 4 planks. I think you get 6 planks. So if I go for wood and we find out, you get 4 from a normal piece, but if you use a sawmill, you get 6. Aha! So you get a slightly increased output if you make a sawmill. Now, on to today's business. I have been starting Thaumcraft. And I don't think I explained Thaumcraft in my last episode. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if I haven't, I am going to explain again because I feel that my explanation was very inadequate. But before then, I shall make a cut and create a few Thaumcrafty things that may help us. I already discovered vitreous from scanning some gems, and potentia from scanning coal. Potentia being, if I have a look in here, potentia is Ordo and Ignis, and vitreous is Saxon plus Aqua. I scanned quartz ore. Let me see, and one more thing I should say, aura nodes. These are around the world, and if you scan them, you will get several aspects. They're almost always primal aspects. As you can see here, I got 5, is that 5? Yeah, no, 35. I got 5 aqua and 5 air from each of these, but in total the aura node contains 35 of each. You cannot tap these for these research points, but you can take that energy into the wand and use that for crafting, but we'll talk about that later. For some reason I can't seem to scan this aura node, and I think that's because it's got that radiating shininess inside it. I think it's a pure node, and I may have to unlock some other researchers to understand about pure nodes, or I may simply not have the required aspects. So we're back, and I've made a few things. I made a thermometer, which actually, well, I didn't. It was already in my inventory. You probably saw it. I made it last episode. Scribing tools, and an iron-capped wooden wand, all of which are fairly simple to make, and you should be able to look them up in any eye. So the first thing I'm going to get is a Thaumonomicon, which is the magical book that details all of the information and all of the research in Thaumcraft, and you do that by taking a bookshelf and right-clicking with your wand. There we go, very nice. So, the Thaumonomicon has lots of different tabs, and each tab contains researches. So, there's Basic Wandcraft, which is where I got my wand from. Alchemy, Artifice, Golemancy. Golems are little minions that will help you and do lots of different tasks. These 3 are extra add-on mods that are now part of the Thaumonomicon because they were add-ons to Thaumcraft. So the second thing I'm going to get is a research table, which allows you to unlock all of the different things you can do within Thaumcraft, and you get that by taking these scribing tools and right-clicking on a set of 2 tables. There we go. And as you can see in this research table, I have several, these are called aspects, several symbols, and these form the basis for Thaumcraft, and I will talk about them more in a little bit once I've talked about this last table. The final thing I'm going to make is a arcane work table, and you get that by right-clicking on a table with a wand. And as you can see, it is like a crafting table, and it can be used as such, but there is an extra slot for your wand, and this is for any magic that you want to input into the items. So, what you do for Thaumcraft is, first I need some paper. There we go. This is the research part of Thaumcraft, and this is how, as I said, you unlock everything that you're going to need. What you do is you take your scribing tools and some paper, and then you open up the Thaumonomicon, and you find the research that you want to unlock. In this case, I would like to unlock wand foci. So you click on this, and you get the research note added to your inventory. So here we go, that used up a bit of the scribing tools durability. So put them back in there, then put the research notes into the table. And what happens is you get this little minigame. And in order to unlock something, you need to join all of the symbols that are pre-placed with other symbols. And there is a special way of joining them, which I will talk about later, but I only did this to highlight the fact that all of the symbols are interconnected in some way. And what you do... it's night time. That's annoying. Let's wait a bit. So, the aspects within the game, there are 6 primal aspects from which all of the others are made. Those 6 are, if I open up the table, air, aqua, ignis, terra, peditio, and ordo. And all of the aspects in the game are made from them. So if I open up the Thaumcraft and I look at aspects of magic, these are primals, and if you have a look, Lux, which is light, and as you can see by my cursor it's found on torches, is made if you combine air and ignis. So we can try that in the table. If I take air and ignis and click that, I just got air, it says down in chat, gained 1 research point for Lux. I'm going to turn off any eye. But that is obviously not the symbol we're looking for. So basically, in the early stages of Thaumcraft, you have to try and discover as many of these aspects as you can. So when you want to unlock something or research something that looks nice or that you have a use for, you are able to play the minigame. And as you can see, I have a question mark here, and that is because I don't know what this aspect is, and therefore I cannot complete the minigame, and I cannot get 1 foci. I have been scanning a little bit, and I scanned cobblestone, and I unlocked that stone symbol, Saxum, because stone is made from aspects that I already knew about. Stone is made from terra plus terra, and terra is a primal aspect, so I already had it. But if I try to scan grass, it says you do not have all the knowledge required to understand this, because I do not have the prerequisite researches. Specifically, I need to know about life and grass and herb. Let's see, can I scan the grindstone? Nothing can be learned from this. I need to think about what I can scan, because I'm at a bit of a standstill. I've scanned all of the things that I can think of. Oh wait, I haven't scanned the furnaces. So from the furnace I got 1 ignis, 3 perditio, and 3 stone, Saxum. But I can't scan the chest. So I'm at a bit of a dead end. I don't know what to scan, so I'm going to look around, scan a few more things, and see if I can unlock any more. As you can see on the bottom right of my screen, I just discovered vacuous, and I just discovered vacuous from scanning this glass bottle. Vacuous, I think, is a combination of air, perditio, and air. Let's see, there it is. Yeah, air and perditio. I'm trying to think of more things to scan, and if I do find myself at a complete standstill, I will consult the wiki, because what you can do is you can combine aspects in this table to get the new ones as well. So if you know what the aspects are made of, such as I know that life, or victus, is air and aqua and terra, there we go, you can do it. Which is the equivalent of scanning scanning the item, but if you're at a standstill or you can't find the items that you need to scan, you can go on the wikis and find out. I do not have all the knowledge required to understand steak. I thought I understood enough. It's very tasty. Aha, here we go. I just discovered precontatio, or pricontatio, I think it is, if I can pronounce that. Yeah, that's precontatio, I believe. And it appeared in here, so that was my missing aspect, and now I can begin the minigame to unlock 1 foci. So what you have to do is you have to link these up by placing aspects in these in the hex grid that are either made from these aspects or make them up. So fire, I could put certain things next to fire. I could put Lux next to fire, because Lux is made from fire. And next to Lux, I could put air, because Lux is made of air. And in order to link up all of the symbols, you have to be quite clever, and you have to think of a path that would work. So you can't just place aspects that have fire in them next to fire. You have to think of a path from fire to magic, and because magic contains void, and void is made of air and perditio, I know that I can put void there, and they will all link up. And then that is job done. All I have to do now is take out the research and right-click it, and there we go. Research complete, 1 foci. So now if I look at my Thaumcraft, the tab containing 1 foci, Thaumaturgy, has this effect on it. So if I click on it now, you can see that not only have I unlocked 1 foci and I can enter the page entry, but I have unlocked several other things, and that's how it works. You unlock 1 and you end up being able to unlock more. And these ones with hexagonal squares around them, all you need to do is in this research table is you need to get the amount of aspects listed here. So I need 8 potentia, 5 air, and 5 praecantatio. And I can click on this to unlock it, and it will automatically take that number of aspects from the table without me having to do the minigame. So, on to wand foci. Some very careful experimentation has shown you a way to expand the abilities of even the most basic wand. By combining crystalline V shards with quartz crystals and infusing them with magic, you are able to align the crystals into a mystical matrix. If the proper types and amounts of V are focused through this matrix, it will reshape the raw magical energies into something useful, controlled and geared to a specific task. Adding a focus to your wand is a simple task. Simply press F while holding the wand, and any foci you carry will show up in a radial menu, allowing you to choose from any of the ones you are carrying with a simple click. Your initial experiments involved the shaping of fire, and the resulting focus proved to be a simple but useful tool. It is capable of sending forth a cone of elemental fire, burning all in its wake. So now, this is where the arcane workbench comes into play. I will try and obtain these materials and come back in a second when I have acquired all of these things and got them ready. I was just about to throw these newly acquired blaze rods into my crafting grid and take out blaze powder, but then I remembered that another use of the pulverizer, which is currently backstuffed at the moment, is that you can grind up certain materials to get extra of them. One of them being blaze rods, and the other, another one being bones. You can get extra bone meal from bones. You can also grind down wool into string, I believe. So as soon as this pulverized lead has cleared out, there we go, the pulverizer will activate on the blaze rods, and instead of getting 2 blaze powder, I should get 4, and there's also a small chance of getting sulfur. Well, it isn't really a small chance, it's quite a high chance. There we go. Brilliant, and I can throw that silver back in there. Take that coal out. Actually, I'll put one more in. Gold. Very nice. So, I will craft up the thingy-mabob. What's it called again? The fire charge. That's it. How do I get a fire charge? It's a coal. Oh, gunpowder. That's the one thing I need. Let's see. Do I have any? No. Once again, something I don't have. Okay, I'll go and mash some creepers until I get some gunpowder. So the first creeper I found was considerate enough to give me a bit of gunpowder, and here we go on the... Actually, I'm going to scan both of those before I dispose of them, because I don't have any more gunpowder, and blaze powder is quite hard to come by. Okay, lots of fiery things so far. That seems to fit with the theme of the fire focus. Let's scan the fire shard. Lots of fire again, and the quartz. Potentia energy. So, I can craft it in here. There's the blaze powder. I will scan the fire charge as well. There we go, similar aspects. And now I can put together the focus. Insufficient V. Now this is what I was talking about. The V required to craft these things. I need 22 fire and 11 perditio, and I have nothing in my wand at the moment. So to get those aspects, you have to... there we go. That's why I couldn't scan that. There are aspects in that I didn't have. I have to draw the V from these aura nodes. This one has air and water, and I don't need any of them. This one has the fire, but it doesn't have the... the perditio. So I will drain some V from this. Just enough to get the fire. There goes the fire and the earth. As you can see, it drains. Now I only have 9 air, 10 fire, 11 order, that's it, and only 8 earth. So I need to be careful not to drain this node fully, because if I do drain this node fully, it may not recharge. This is a pure node, which are very rare. I'm quite lucky to have this, meaning it will destroy any taint nearby, and it has generally good properties. So I am quite pleased to have that. Let's see, what do we have? 5, 4, 2. I've only got 2 earth left, so I want to be quite sparing. when I take V from this. I've only got 1 earth left, so I shan't drain anymore. I have 10 ignis, 11 air, 13 terra, and 7 order. I need double that amount of ignis, and I need perditio. So I will have to run around the landscape and hunt down aura nodes. Although there is one other option, and that other option is to kill mobs, because mobs drop aspect orbs, and those aspect orbs will fill up this wand. So I will either hunt down mobs, pigs, probably, or I will look around for aura nodes. So, here we are. In the end, I eventually hunted down lots of mobs because I could not find aura nodes. Before we continue with the Thaumcraft stuff, I just want to say that a little bit of time passed between this section and the last section, and as you can see, I have done a little bit of stuff around the place. I decided to place down these, they're damaging me, these essence berry bushes, because they will have, every now and then grow XP berries, and you can eat them for experience. I also went back to the village and found some saplings in the forestry villager's chest, and I grew them. So this is a what's it called again, red spruce, and this is a silver lime tree. This is part of the tree breeding mechanic in forestry, and I like the wood on this tree actually. If you look at the plank colour, it is quite nice. It's sort of pinkish, but it's quite a dull pink, and I like that. So I like that sort of dull colour. So I made the one focus of fire, and now I think we can try it out. Yes, I have a little bit of ignis left. So if I press F and equip the focus, as you can see, it drains on the screen. It says, and next to the ignis, it says 0.11 V per tick. That is how much V it drains every time it is used. Let's see, we can try it on a cow. One advantage of this particular focus is that when you use it to kill something, an animal in particular, it will drop cooked meat. So, there we go. Oh, I set 2 of them alight. Let's see if they die. It's a simple right click to use. Oh my goodness, I singed my cows. Oh, there they go. Oh, they're dying. So yeah, that's how that works, and yes, delicious steak, very nice. And some leather. So that's how that works, and it is very useful for fighting mobs, especially ones that are partial to fire. Let me see. So more Thaumcraft stuff. Another thing that I did is I scanned a lot of things. As you can see, I have unlocked most of the aspects now. Things like machines give a lot of aspects. One key aspect that was stopping me from researching most of these things was this aspect, Humanus. And if you look at the tech tree for these points, one layer, so to say, of complexity is completely only contains Humanus. So you need Humanus to unlock 3 more tiers, in fact, of aspects. So that was very, very crucial to most of my unlocking. And that allowed me to scan these things. I haven't, though, scanned my Thaumonomicon, so I shall do that now. It's got some magic, some tree, and some, some intelligence. Now, we are going to attempt a few more researches, but these are going to be targeted researches. And there are certain researches that will help you in your further researching. So, someone is drilling in the wall behind me. That is very infuriating. Okay, I wish that would stop right now, but oh well. So, I'm going to target the particular researches that will help me research quicker and more efficiently. So, this one here, Research Expertise, is the first. These researches are quite complex, but are very, very useful. So, how will I link these? Well, I know that Cognitio links to Census through Humanus, I believe, so I will check that. Soon I won't have to flip through this book. No, Spiritus, they link through Spiritus. So they are both, yes, they both contain Spiritus, and that will allow me to link them. Where is Spiritus? There is Spiritus. Spiritus, and Spiritus is made of Mortuus, so I'm going to use that as a linkage. And linking Ordo and Census shouldn't be too tricky, because I can use the air pathway and the... Oh, wait. Yes, I can, sorry, I can. I can use the Potentia, Fire, Lux, there we go. Brilliant. Research expertise. Knowledge is power. Let's see what that does. You have become more efficient at performing research. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in a hex, there is a 25% chance that you will regain the research point. You are also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create an aspect you are hovering over. That is fantastic, because now I don't need to flip through the Thaumonomicon all the time to see these, the combinations of each aspect. Another one, I'm going to... I won't research the deconstruction table because that isn't particularly useful at this point in time. I have multiple, sorry, no, that's not the right word. I have numerous aspects and I don't need to create any more at this point in time, so I will go for research mastery. Need scribing tools, and that should give me another level of complexity in my research expertise. So once again, I will use the air pathway to get from here to here. There it is. Then it's Lux, and then it's... this is actually quite good. I can do air. No, I can't. I will put the air here. No, that was terrible. I'll put the air there. I will link them with vacuous, and then I'll link that with vacuous. And I'll put a Perditio between them. Now, to link Cognitio. Cognitio contains Earth and Spiritus. What does Spiritus contain? Spiritus contains Victus and Mortuus. So I could link it up here, and I think I will. Because Mortuus contains Death, and if I... I can't yet... Okay, I thought I could shift-click on an aspect to create it, but for a start I don't have the required aspects, and secondly that requires research mastery, which is what I'm trying to research at this point in time. There we go, and boom. Research mastery. And I need to sleep before I get murdered by everything outside. Let's see, what did that give me? You have become even more efficient at performing research. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in a hex, there is a 50% chance that you will regain the research point. Additionally, there is a 10% chance that whenever you place an aspect, whenever you place an aspect, that it will not cost any research points to do so. That's quite clever. Sorry, not clever, quite useful. It would be clever to... It's more clever to not make mistakes really in this game, because you will waste research points, even though there is now a 10% chance that you won't use it and a 50% chance that you'll recover the point. I still would advise thinking things through carefully and not wasting research points. Lastly, you're able to combine aspects in the research table by control clicking. It's control clicking that you on the aspect you wish to create. If you have enough of the component aspects, they will automatically combine to create the clicked aspect. That is by far the most useful thing I've for the research, the most useful addition to it. So I'm going to finish researching all of the things on this page, and then we can go through them before I move on to 2 or 3 specific items that I want from Thaumcraft before I move on to other things for now. So I just completed a bunch of research and we're back here to check it out. So the deconstruction table, what that will do is if you put any items into it, it will destroy them, and there is a small chance of it giving you a primal aspect, so air, aqua, ordo, perditio, ignis, or terra. But it's a very small chance, and that is primarily to be used when you're running out of aura nodes or other sources of aspects. I decided to skip research duplication because we're not on a multiplayer server, so I don't have to give my research to anyone. I got master node tapping and advanced node tapping. They let you take V quicker. Where are my nodes? They allow you to take V quicker from a node, so if I drain this, it drains V a lot quicker. As you can see, that the order is already down to 4, and that is quite useful. But it isn't as useful as this one, Node Preserver, which allows you to draw all the V from a node, bar 1 of each type, so the node never dies and never runs out of V. I'll just take a little bit from this one. Oh no, I just used the fire. I don't want to use the fire. I want to take... Come on, let me take the V from it. Why can I not? Oh, is it full? Yes, it's full of those two aspects. I am silly. Now, one thing that just happened is that my scribing tools ran out of ink, and I need to refill them. So I refill them by taking an ink sac and combining that in my crafting grid with the scribing tools, and there we go. Refilled scribing tools, and I will do node preserver on camera right now. Let's see, Aurum is magic and air. I'm going to use an air pathway to link these two. Need a few lux, and I'll link them with Ignis because I have more Ignis. Lucrum is Famies and Humanus. Famies is Thingy-mabob, Victus and Vacuous. Vacuous has air in it, so I can use the air pathway once more to link them up. Famies and Vacuous. There we go, done. Node preserver, saving some for later. So now I should be able to drain that node. Where is it? Where are you? There it is. I should be able to drain that node, and all of the V will exit it, except for one of each type. As you can see, there is one Ignis left there. But I have filled up on all of the others. The only aspect I haven't filled up on is Perditio, and that's because I have no Perditio nodes nearby to siphon from. So there, that's it. But, ooh, node in a jar. I didn't know that would appear there, but it has. So, yes, you do unlock researches as you go. I also researched the wand focus of equal trade, which is by far the most useful wand focus in my eyes, and it basically lets you transform numbers of blocks, large numbers of blocks to others. So I will make this, as soon as I find a Perditio node I will make this. I also researched gold wand caps in an effort to get the highest tier of wand cap, because the first thing I want to do is upgrade my wand. So I can make a Greatwood wand core, which is another thing I researched. I need to find some Greatwood, and in fact I did find some Greatwood. It is over there behind the village, I believe. Or unless it's... No, it's over there. Don't fall down the hole. It's over there. That's a Greatwood tree. So I will go and chop that down and bring back some Greatwood for the wand. But before I do that, I would like to get to the most advanced tier of wand cap, and for that we have to delve into alchemy, specifically magical metallurgy, and I'm going to preempt the crafting process in alchemy and get myself a cauldron, and with that cauldron I can right click on it and I'll have myself a crucible. That is how we do the magical alchemy. Why has this stopped? Oh, it's done. That's why it stopped. That's how the magical alchemy works. I will explain that as soon as I research enough of the alchemy for it to be worthwhile. I think I only need the magical metallurgy to unlock the final level of wand cap, so I will do that on camera. So, I think this one's fairly simple. Yes, it is fairly simple. How could I link this? Metal is stone and order. I have to go order, I believe. Then oh wait, no, this is simpler than I thought it would be. Order, thing, order. Done. There we go. So, if I look in here, oh, lag spike. Magical metallurgy. If you throw an iron ingot into a crucible, and the crucible containing 4 magic, then you will have an ingot of thaumium, and you can use it for tools and weapons and armor. It has the same enchantability as gold, which is very high, but the same durability as iron, so all in all they are very, very useful, and I like them a lot. So let's see, has that unlocked my thaumium wand cap? No. Maybe I need to get the copper wand cap as well. I will find out. This is basically how it works, unlocking constantly and working through things to see what you can do. So, Saxum is earth, Can earth be linked to this? No, I can link it through the order though, so I will link it through the order. And I can also link the thingy through the order as well, because it's made of water. There we go. Copper wand caps. Oops, come back here. Copper wand caps. Why can I not? What do I need in order to get this? I'm curious now, I want to know. Oh, I can get the shock focus, I like that. But I don't have enough of any other aspect. Maybe I have to research more of the alchemy stuff, so I will. I will continue to research until I unlock what I need for those thaumium wand caps. So, here we are. I did a bunch more alchemy research. Well, not really a bunch more. I unlocked most of the basic alchemy things. But I still can't get the more advanced wand caps, and I think that is because I haven't got these, or possibly even this wand focus. So I will be researching that between episodes. I won't do it on now, because I think it's time to end the video soon, and I'd like to show you the crafting mechanic. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of alchemy, because down there is a magical heat source, and this requires a heat source to work, and it damages you if you fall in it. So what you do is you, I'm going to break it, is you take your crucible, you fill it with water, you wait for the little bubbles to appear, so that you know it is, so you know that it is ready, as you can see. And then what you do is you follow the recipe in the book. I'm going to get my things ready for the recipe. Oops. I need 6 torches for this. That's 7 torches. So, the recipe for Nitor, being a mystical flame, requires a glowstone dust thrown into a crucible containing 3 ignis, 3 lux, and 3 potentia. So coal has the ignis and the potentia, and torches have the lux. But because there are only 2 potentia and 2 ignis on coal, I've tripled the recipe. Sorry, I've doubled the recipe in order to make it efficient, so that I don't leave any leftover aspects in here. Because in the end, I will end up with 6 potentia, 6 ignis, and 6 lux. And that will be enough for 2 craftings. So if I throw in the raw materials to give me those aspects, you can see all the aspects bubbling away in there, then I throw in my catalysts, it should give me, there we go, 2 Nitor. And I will scan that. Boom, there we go. So there we go, you can place them down, they're pretty, they're nice. You also use them for certain crafting for certain crafting recipes. So I'm going to leave them there to remind me that I have started Thaumcraft. And I think that will be an end for today's episode. I have some plans. I'd like to expand my infrastructure, and I'd really like to be able to get a portal gun so I can transport those witch spawn, or even a porter spawner, so I can transport those annoying witch spawners over here. There are other ways to do it, such as in the Thaumic Tinkering mod. There is a wand focus which is up here, which gets unlocked over here, that allows you to pick up blocks and place them in other places, called distortion. But that's very expensive and very hard to research. So I don't know whether I'll be able to do that or not at this point in time. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you again soon.